Assalamualaikum and hi. I'm Amira and I'm going to talk about the background of our organization. The Planet Conservation Malaysia Sdn Bhd, also known as PCM, is a non-profitable organization in the field of environment. PCM was founded in 2007 by 7 legendary environmentalist activist group. It is located in Sintok, Kedah. Do you know why trees are important in our life? It is because they provide the oxygen that we breathe in, they purify the water that we drink, and they are responsible of protecting over 80% of the worldwide wildlife habitat. So, our mission is to plant trees all around Malaysia. Do you know how you can help us? One of the ways that the public can help us is that they are able to donate as low as RM1 for our mission, and that is to plant trees all around Malaysia. Do you know why it is important to plant trees? Our mission is to regenerate forests, especially after wildfire and drought. Do you know that there is a type of plant that are able to survive after a wildfire? It is called wildflowers, or also known as weeds. They are able to germinate very quickly. They are able to pollinate, develop, and release a new batch of seedlings in a short period of time. This will eventually regenerate the soil, and eventually, time after time, we are able to plant new type of plants. Apart from that, our mission is also to preserve the wildlife habitat. It is important for them, for animals, as the forest is the place for them to take shelter, to look for food, water, as much as it is important for us humans, and that is to ensure our safety. Other than that, our organization creates many job opportunities as our great attempt on preserving the forest and the wildlife habitat. We need a large workforce, like we need to hire large amount of people because we are planning on preserving all around Malaysia. We are always welcoming new people in our group, and also we welcome people that are willing to volunteer in joining our mission to save the planet Earth.
What is management? Management can be defined as all the tasks and activities undertaken for achieving goals by planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. In addition, management is controlling the human resources, financial, physical, and information resources of an organizing efficiently and effectively. The importance of management. Number 1, the pursuit of organizational goals efficiently and effectively. Number 2, integrating the work of people. Number 3, planning, organizing, leading, and controlling the organization's resources. What is non-profit organization management? Non-profit organizations sometimes receive large amount of money and handle multiple projects across the country. The fact that the government monitors the performance of the non-profits means there needs to be accountability and financial due diligence done. The Planet Conservation Malaysia (PCM) use volunteer management as our main strategy to manage the organization. There are 3 strategies of volunteer management, which is recruitment, engagement, and retention. Recruitment. Recruiting is the first thing that very important in our organization. The right volunteers can give huge impact in an organization. This is because PCM needs volunteers who have specific skills and talents that would give benefits our organization. Engagement. PCM always keep the volunteer engaged by recognizing the volunteer skills and creating opportunities that keep them involved in productive activities. We can encourage them to look for other venues where their skills can be utilized in a better way. Retention. For most non-profit organizations, retaining volunteers is difficult. So, PCM will make sure that all volunteers connected to managers If the volunteer have ideas or a problem, we will assure that they have all our attention.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Mohamad bin Basri. My metric number is 281035. Today I'm going to talk about organization. Organization is the backbone of management because without an efficient organization, there is no management mechanism capable of performing its function smoothly. In the management process, the organization stands as a second stage which tries to combine various activities in a business to accomplish predetermined goals. In other words, organization is simply people working together for a common goal. It is a group of people assembling of congregating at one place and contribute their effort to achieve a common goal. Hence, it is coordinates different activities for running the business enterprise efficiently, so that the common goal can be achieved. It is the structural framework of the duties and responsibilities required of personnel in performing various functions with a view to achieve business goal. The next is Organization Development Conservation Malaysia. We provide volunteer service by providing advice to the community on the environment and the importance of controlling environmental activities. Additionally, PCM also coordinates awareness programs and activities involving natural pollution such as uncontrolled chemical disposal of non-activity management and activities to maintain the quality of nature and fauna. To achieve our goal, we have good management to manage our organization. We use structural organization to smoothly the business, and everyone in this organization knows their respective duties. Alright, in the PCM organization or Planet Conservation Malaysia, we have the Director General as the representative of this organization. Accordingly, he will represent PCM to attend a seminar, conference and general meeting. In fact, we have advisor will manage this organization with professionalism and efficiently, as well as problems in this organization to systematically and effectively to manage to produce work. In the management department, we have the program director and finance director. We need staff to help coordinate in obtain funds from outsider who will work with us to carry out our activities in this PCM. In addition, we also need staff in terms of organizational management and standardize all activities to run PCM and in PCM financial affairs management. In operational management, we need 3 supervisors in the mobilization of activities and ensure that volunteers participating in the supervision of different supervisors of the scope, duty in the activities and program of understanding their duties and monitoring the smoothness of the event.
Greetings, my name is Wong, and I'll be presenting the vision, mission, motto, and objective of our organization. First of all, as all other organizations, our organization has a total of 3 statements as our visions, stating how our organization will look like in the future if we are success. Firstly, our team aims to inspire, nurture, and motivate communities throughout the world to engage in the preservation of Malaysia in order to create a less polluted country. Secondly, our organization ambition to protect natural areas in order to provide habitat for wildlife and create a planet where people can live and enjoy nature forever. Thirdly, we keen to build a just world that values the usage of natural resources, conserves nature and provide healthy lands so that nature and people can live in a greater harmony. Moving on, I'll explain about the mission of our organization. Our mission focuses on measurable and tangible goals which can help us to gauge success and reach the objectives. Firstly, We plan to promote conservation of Malaysia's natural resources and aims to build a future that allows humans to live harmoniously together with nature. Secondly, we aim to forge a long-lasting relationship with communities while conserving threatened species and ecosystems. This mission shall be achieved by choosing solutions that are sustainable and taking society's interests into account at the same time. Thirdly, we aim to connect with public and private partnerships to accelerate the pace of land preservation for the enrichment of society. Last but not least, our organization has several objectives as following. Firstly, what we want to achieve at the end of our operation is able to support the conservation of natural resources, ensure the consumption of the renewable resources are sustainable, aim to raise awareness of the societies through advocacy and education, promote the reduction of waste and implementing preventive measures for pollution, address the environmental preserve and conserve issues by building partnerships with different organizations through seminars. Our final objective is to be responsible in using financial resources entrusted to the company wisely and efficiently in carrying out daily operations to protect the natural resources. Lastly, we are honored to introduce you to the motto of our organization, Protecting Our Planet Starts With You and Me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Rahman. This section will cover POLC or Planning, Organizing, Leading and Controlling. For my part, I will explain about planning and organizing. The most important part of planning is strategy formulation, which is the process of establishing the best course of action to be taken to achieve our goal. But first, general overview of our organization. Our organization was named the Planet Conservation Malaysia Sdn Bhd, short for PCM, type non-profit and sector environment. For background context, according to data, Malaysia has only 20 environmental conservation organizations which highly specialized. For example, Sabah Wetland Conservation Society focus on wetland conservation and Water Watch Penang focus on water conservation. PCM strategy is focused on environmental conservation as a whole, which means we do not specialize in any area unlike other organizations. Our business model revolves around tackling every environmental related issue through program and activities. PCM strategy in resolving every major issue in environmental context is by using cooperative model. Cooperative model enable PCM to collaborate and exchange resources with other environmental organizations such as Malaysia Nature Society and Greenpeace Malaysia. Their well-established existence and high expertise in business will help PCM long-term direction of the organization. PCM aim to collaborate with government bodies, for instance, Ministry of Water, Land and Natural Resources and Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. We believe government alone cannot tackle every issue arises. Thus, NGO like PCM provide wide range of services to communities and places that government unable to reach and handle. Next is goal. PCM ultimate goal is to tackle every environmental related issue as much as practically possible. We use method like brainstorming to collect every possible idea among members of the organization. Hence, we have decided 4 fundamental tasks to reach our targeted goal, which are environmental conservation campaign, environmental awareness program, activities through cooperation with government bodies, and lastly, activities through cooperation with another similar environmental organization. Next, we move to organizing. For this section, I will do voiceover as it is easier to explain by using the chart we have prepared. As you can see from this chart, our top position was held by the director. Below him is the advisor, both of which will oversee 2 departments, operational and management department. The director is the top manager that will decide PCM long-term direction. Meanwhile, advisor act as guidance for the director by collecting the most relevant data and serve it to the director for decision making of the organization. As you can see, there are 2 departments. First are management department. Program and finance director of the management department is the middle manager. They will implement the idea and plan of action from the top manager. Operational department made of 3 first-line manager called program coordinator, divide between components, health, education and environment. These people are first-line manager. Their job scope are managing team of staff member and oversee activities.
Leading is a process of influencing employees so they can come out with a strong character of leaderships, where they can also motivate and contribute to company goals. Effective communications can provide leaders with the character of an employee itself. Controlling ensure the production does not fall short of expectations. It involves 3 steps, such as establish performance standards, compare actual performance against standards, and corrective action taken. Controlling often necessitates a good understanding of the standard responsible for standard deviations. Estimation execute should be possible severely contingent upon the presentations principles that include budget summaries, reports, and a few more things. Powerful controlling requires presence of plans, arranging give essential presentation norms and destinations. It requires unmistakable comprehension of duty regarding deviations from guidelines lies. Spending review provides data about associations is as for what was arranged or planned for. Thought and exhibition review may attempt to decide if the figures revealed are impressions of genuine executions. Monitoring the company and employees can establish a standard performance. It's often stated in monetary terms such as revenue, costs, and others. Setting up target need to achieve to meet the objective and performance criteria. Lastly, evaluating established annual objective will link the manager to the latest task responsible and represent new additional challenge. The administration elements of preparations, putting together, driving, and controlling are generally viewed as the best method for depicting the chief works.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Puteri Saidatul Azwa Binti Ali. My matrix number is 281144. As a conclusion, this newly established company was formed under the auspices of Planet Conservation Malaysia. We act as a community volunteer information facilitator by teaching people to help them understand their contributions to the value of protecting the environment and encouraging them to perform their best. Besides, we also engage Malaysians to cultivate a more long-term future-oriented attitude is to helping the environment to do so by supporting our charitable organization dedicated to preserving our natural resources. At the same time, the benefit associated with old growth restricted environments and protected area range and native habitats have been proven, including improved air and water quality, protection of endangered species, and mitigation of climate changes. As you all know, in Malaysia, we are known by our famous rainforest. According to Malaysia Forestry Department, the forest found in Malaysia cover about 70% of the total forest area in our country. But most of them was flagrantly undertaken without proper records for the risks. Deforestation is a significant contribution to greenhouse gas emissions (GHGs). It accounts for 17% of all anthropogenic GHG emissions. For instance, Sarawak is Malaysia's largest state, accounting for 37.5% of the country's total land area. According to Stephen Seo, Sarawak Forestry Department, one of the driving forces behind land use changes is the state economy's reliance on forestry, which accounted for 52% of state revenue. It is currently being deforested rapidly as a result of agriculture expansion. At the state level, deforestation monitoring necessitates sufficient spatial and temporary solutions. We at Planet Conservation Malaysia also use multi-temporal landscape data for producing land cover classification of 1990 and 2009 to help reducing deforestation in Sarawak. As you are supporting this non-profit environmental company, we will maintain and get better natural lifetime within these modern areas. One result of this is increased attention to given to conservation, which brings the concept of sustainability, research, and numerous other environmental improvements into play. So, that's all from us. Thank you.